What is up, guys? My name is Sparky Midori, otherwise known as the Prince of Darkus, and if you are anything like me, you most likely have memorized a few G2 Bakugan stats in your life, so that you just know more or less what to do when the situation arises when you're facing them in a battle. So if I were to say, let's say Battle Planet Pyrus Dragonoid, or Darkus Battle Planet Nilius, or Aquas Core Hydrus, so on and so forth, you know the stats of those Bakugan more or less off the top of your head. If not, you at least know the B power of the Bakugan and or the damage. So let's take everything you guys know for those given Bakugan and then some, and just throw it out the window. We are going to be taking some Bakugan today, and we are going to randomize their stats with the help of a wheel, obviously, to give them some also little boosts, maybe, fiddle with what attributes we're going to be doing, so on and so forth. And I'm going to be doing a lot of these where I'm taking literally every single Bakugan that was released in G2 and rehashing their stats and their B powers and damages and all sorts. Now that we have finished G2 and we know more or less the extent of what Bakugan character cards look like and what they could have done. So this is the first video of many. This is just going to be a little experimental video, and to start off with, I asked some friends on Discord what are some Bakugan that they like. I didn't say what I was going to do with that information. I just asked what their favorite molds were for Bakugan, and I went with that. So without further ado, let's move on to the actual randomizing. Okay, so first off, we got to figure out who of these 4 Bakugan is going to be our first mutation victim with rehashing its stats. It looks like that's going to actually end up being Garganoid. Okay, but not because we don't know what attribute Garganoid is going to be. We got to figure out what attribute it is, and it looks like it's going to be Chaos. Wait, no, it's actually going to be Darkus. Haha, my favorite type of Garganoid. Okay, so let's first try and figure out what its B power is going to be. I personally prefer for it to be higher because I do like Garganoid, but it's okay. It's a pathetic 200. Well, let's just hope that it can get a higher damage rate at least. I guess make it a bit more viable. If it gets some Fire Fist later down the line, that could help it work out a lot better than what we have already. It's 1 damage? No, it's gonna be 8 damage. Cool. Now we have to figure out what cores it gets. I hope it's actually getting a Fire Fist, because then we can at least go for a high damage Mac-Mock kind of bait scenario stuff. And no, it's gonna be a Magic Shield. At least it has a good core to maybe borrow another Bakugan that's going to get high damage or high B power or something. We don't know quite yet what the other stats going to be for other Bakugan is yet. And the next score is going to be Peace Fire Fist? No, it's a Helix. Okay, so at least it has a trap, a bit of a shenanigan tomfoolery you can play with the opponent. Now let's see if it gets any core effects. I didn't want to go crazy with these effects. I didn't want to try with like Frost Strike or Shadow Strike, whatever. I just want a basic reroll and maybe a core effect. It looks like Garganoid's going to get the reroll at the very least. Later down the line, I might try stuff with the Frost Strike and Shadow Strike and stuff. But for now, for practice, let's just work with the basics. Next victim, it looks like it's actually going to end up being Kubo. But now, what attribute is this Kubo going to be? I don't mind any attribute at all, because just I like Kubo. Because I never got a Kubo, and when I finally got a Kubo, it was Darkus. I don't care if its stats suck, I still wanted a Kubo because of its nicheness. And it looks like it's going to be Ventus. Okay, what B power is this thing going to have? Okay, I guess 600. So a middle ground, a vanilla Bakugan, nothing crazy. Maybe it'll get high damage. It's going to be just vanilla damage like the other one. 10? 10? Okay, no, it just makes it to 3. Okay, so far this is the worst of the 2. Actually, I take that back. So far, Garganoid's actually the worst of the bunch. But hey, at least it gets a Fire Fist. It could then borrow that to someone else, I suppose. Maybe they could borrow that to Garganoid, maybe. I don't know. What's the next score it's going to get, though? Let's take a squeeze. And it's, of course, another Fire Fist. Okay, so I guess in theory, if you took Garganoid and this Kubo and put them together in a deck, they could borrow cores. But will this Kubo get anything extra and just make it a little bit better? Because so far it looks the most vanilla. Okay, it's actually going to get both. It's going to get a reroll and a core effect. So we give it a reroll here, and then what is the other effect it's going to get? Where I use the core effects based off of legends, specifically and evolutions, again, because I want it to be as simple as possible for a practice video. So it's going to get a remove a core. Okay, so I would prefer if it were to add a core, I suppose. But hey, anyway, next Bakugan we're going to try and victimize here and turn into a mutant is going to be the Geogon Rising Nilius Ultra. Now what attribute, excuse me, is this thing going to be? Looks like it's going to be, hey, Dark, maybe? No, Chaos. Okay, it's going to be Chaos. But what stat line is this thing going to get? I do like the look of the Chaos card, so I really do hope it's at least, is that going to be 800? No, it's going to be 1,000. This is so far the best Bakugan we made today. So, 1000 B, is it going to get high damage or low damage? If it gets high damage, it's the most broken Bakugan I've seen in existence. Okay, no, it's going to get 3 damage. It's still a good Bakugan so far with 1000 B and 3 damage. Better than Dragonite Ultima. But cores, Magic Shield, Magic Shield, Magic Shield. And it just manages to get a Magic Shield. Yeah, this thing is the most broken Bakugan we made today. What about its secondary core? Will it get another Magic Shield, or will it get something to increase that attack, crit, punchy power? Okay, looks like it's just going to be a vanilla Green Fist. Okay, I guess that balances it out a little bit. I feel like it can be more balanced if it had 2 Green Fists. But now, will it get any additional effects? Looks like it's just going to be a reroll. Okay, so still, this is by far, I think, the strongest Bakugan we made today. With a built-in reroll. Like, if you miss on purpose and you then go for that Magic Shield, that could work out really well for you. Now, I know I don't have to spin the wheel, but I wanted to anyway. So the next Bakugan and last Bakugan we're going to fix for today, or not to fix, we're going to rehash, is the core Armored Alliance Nilius. But which faction of Nilius is it going to be? Darkus? No, okay, it's going to be Pyrus. Okay, stats. Okay, this thing could be improved a lot because its original Armored Alliance stats are pretty mid. And it's gonna be 700. Okay, no, it's better than 600. It's more leaning towards early Legends, I guess, in terms of strong Bakugan, but it's still not the best. And it's gonna have 2 damage. Okay, never mind. This thing is probably second worst. Either that or Kubo, I guess. This thing's time for second. Oh, it's the worst. What is its core lineup? It's gonna be, okay, it's gonna be Orange Shield. Orange Shield could work for it. I can get gears and such, I guess. Plus it gets up to 1100, I guess, on the plus 400. But what's the second core? It's another Orange Shield. Okay, double Orange Shield, and will you get any extra effects? Because so far you and Kubo need something else. Okay, it's gonna get nothing. Whoop-de-doo. Okay guys, so that is our Bakugan that we've made. You're seeing them on screen here. So far, I think the Chaos Nilius is the best one. Then followed maybe by Kubo, then Nilius, then maybe Garganoid. Or I guess Garganoid and Nilius, Pyrus Nilius, excuse me, could swap places for last place. But, yeah, this was an experimental video. And I will be making a lot more of these where I rehash every single Bakugan, and I'm looking forward to that and what we can make. Anyway, stay strong, battle on, Battle Brothers. Let me know which one's your favorite out of this bunch in the comments below. Bye-bye.